Battle lines have been drawn. The NEC's meeting has concluded. Decisions have been made, and many have called for unity within the leadership of the People's National Party. However, the top contenders, Lisa Hanna and Mark Golding, have stated their claim on the presidency of the PNP. An aggressive political battle for the leadership of the People's National Party is impending between the frontrunners, Mark Golding and Lisa Hanna. The battle started on Sunday, September 27th at the NEC conference, where the presidential elections date of November 7th was announced. This sets the stage for the PNP leadership transition process to begin for the People's National Party. Member of Parliament and Shadow Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, Lisa Hanna, has officially declared her intentions. She did this on Sunday, as she clearly stated that she was a warrior and that she was going to contest the presidency of the People's National Party. Ms. Hanna came to her decision after prayer and consultation with her constituency. Hanna made her declaration after the National Executive Council made its announcement regarding the presidential elections date of November 7th. She clearly stated that she had no intentions to declare her intent to challenge for the PNP presidency prior to the NEC outlining its plans for the presidential elections. Lisa Hanna, who is currently the Member of Parliament for South East Senan from 2007, is leading her colleague and fellow challenger Mark Golding, who is currently the Member of Parliament for St. Andrews Southern. Lisa Hanna is leading in both external and internal polls, and is the favorite PNP candidate to replace Dr. Peter Phillips as President of the People's National Party. Information coming out of a leaked poll within the People's National Party indicates that among the 14 PNP MPs, 34% of respondents believe that Lisa Hanna is best suited to lead the PNP, while 26% stated that Mark Golding was the best candidate. Former General Secretary Julian Robinson only received 14% of that vote, while People's National Party Philip Paulwell, Vice President and MP for Kingston East, only received 5%, and Michael Phillips, who is the MP for Manchester Northwestern, and the son of Dr. Peter Phillips, only received 2% from that poll. Lisa Hanna's lead among PNP delegates, which amounts to 43%, of them seeing her as a future leader of the party in comparison to a 21% of these same delegates who would like to see Mark Golding as a leader of the party. Ironically, Lisa Hanna, who represents the Southeast Senan constituency, normally wins her seat quite easily, but in the recent elections she only attained a narrow victory by 32 votes. Despite the scuffle that occurred on the inside of the PNP's National Executive Council meeting, which was held at the Jamaica Conference Center on September 27th, Lisa Hanna and Mark Golding emerged as the two contenders for the presidency of the PNP, as they received majority support from their respective camps, which made their choice publicly known. Lisa Hanna, the former treasurer of the PNP, stated that she will fight for the presidency as her focus was to protect the legacy of the People's National Party. Lisa Hanna came out with the warrior stance. She proudly declared, "I am a warrior, I am a frontline girl, and I am a girl that when it comes to standing on the front line for Jamaican people, that's me." That is what Hanna stated as she was leaving the conference center, while she was surrounded by her supporters. Lisa Hanna had previously contested a vice presidential election prior to this, but she lost the challenge. In the September 3rd general elections, however, she won her seat in southeastern St. Ann. She also stated that nothing in my life has ever been easy, but you see all the people here and all the people in Jamaica, My courage puts me on the front line. She further stated, pointed out that women were chanting, "We say Lisa." Mark Goldin, who is a former treasurer of the People's National Party and the current member of parliament for St. Andrew Southern, has managed to garner support from at least 2 women who failed to achieve their goals as member of parliament and had previously supported Dr. Peter Phillips in 2019 when his focus was the One PNP campaign. Peter Phillips had clearly won that presidential battle by defeating Peter Bunting narrowly. Should be noted that both Lisa Hanna and Mark Goldin played critical roles in that caustic presidential election campaign between Peter Bunting and Peter Phillips, where Dr. Peter Phillips emerged victorious by 76 votes under the One PNP campaign in 2019. Dr. Peter Phillips has lost the September 3rd general elections, and Peter Bunting is no longer an MP in Manchester. He lost his Manchester Central seat. However, Mark Goldin is hoping that he will be supported by PNP members from the Rise United team that previously supported Peter Bunting. His supporters include former JLP member Joan Gordon-Webley, who was defeated in her attempt to represent St. Andrew East Rural in the recently concluded general elections. Mark Goldin is also supported by Patricia Duncan Sutherland, who walked in with Mr. Goldin into the conference center on Sunday. Mark Goldin clearly stated that he feels very good about this presidential election. It's a big tent and we welcome everybody on board. He also reacted to the expanded support that he has gotten from his comrades as they were dressed in black and greeted him outside of the conference center. According to Mark Goldin, we have reached a particularly low ebb in what happened in the last election, and the only way to move forward is if we join hands and hearts and purpose, and I intend to ensure that we identify that common purpose in the 21st century, which is rooted in our history, and we will rally around our history and bring the party together. Similar sentiment is common among PNP delegates, PNP supporters, and the contenders for the leadership. They have been calling for unity within the PNP. Many of the delegates that were outside of the conference center on Sunday made it their mission to state that they are demanding unity within the leadership of the party. They want to see the PNP united. Previously, Lisa Hanna had declared that the healing of the party was one of her main missions, and it seems that Mr. Goldin has the same purpose on his agendas, as he has asked for the PNP to join hands and hearts and purpose and rally around a common mandate within the 21st century. It can't be done regularly. It has to be done with inclusivity. I don't see myself as one president. All of us are in leadership, and everybody here is an extension of myself, and that is why I'm putting myself forward. We are bringing back the love in the PNP, stated Lisa Hanna. We are building the unity in the People's National Party, and it's going to take all of us to do that. This is not easy, but I am ready. This is what Lisa Hanna shouted while she was at the conference center. On Sunday, PNP Vice President Michael Phillips, who is the son of the leader who is resigning, disclosed that he was no longer interested in contesting the presidential elections. Damian Crawford, who was still in consultations, has not stated whether or not he will enter the presidential race and challenge Lisa Hanna and Mark Goldin for the leadership of the People's National Party. Nominations for the presidential elections will open on October 19th and close on October 23rd. A list of the delegates who are eligible to vote for the respective candidates will be published by the People's National Party on October 20th, with a final listing being published on October 30th. The People's National Party's National Executive Council voted to have the presidential election by parish instead of having all delegates traveling to St. Andrew to cast their votes. This is in consideration of the current issues that have been posed by the pandemic. At the moment, and as it stands, it's Lisa Hanna and Mark Golding, and we are still not aware if Damian Crawford will be entering the contest for the presidency of the PNP. Now like, comment, share, and subscribe. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think about Mark Golding's stance on healing and Lisa Hanna's stance on being a warrior who is ready to fight. Thanks for watching.